believe most of us are, in fact, a slave to money. Slave to money. And it's a sad truth, but it's true. I mean, let's look at our parents. I mean, God bless our parents. They've worked so hard for us. So much effort. Some of us 10, 20 years. Hard work. Providing for us, putting food on the table for us to eat. You know the pain I'm talking about. You know the pain I'm talking about. They're working so hard for us, man. You know, the jobs that they don't even like, they're doing it for you. To put us in a good position, man. To put us in a good position to live a better life. You know? With women especially, so with mothers especially, in contrast to the father counterpart, no one cares about the dad, right? If the dad complains, then, you know, I believe complaining is a feminine trait, and if he were to complain, well, it's going to be shunned by the family. It's going to be shunned. It's a masculine trait, so that's something you kind of have to let it burn. No one really gives a fuck. I mean, I guess if you have male friends, confide in them, but as a man, never confide in a woman if you're feeling down. Trust me, don't do that. Don't play that game. Women will try to say, oh, it's fine. I'm telling you, they'll get unattracted to you. When you keep opening up to a woman, I promise you, women don't do this thing. They'll try to say to you, oh, it's fine to confide. Do it long enough, I promise you she's going to leave. She's going to get wet thinking about someone else. Promise you. So, going back to our topic, from the mother's perspective, the mothers, you know, they're a lot more vocal, so you can hear the pain that they're feeling, because it's expressed. It's feminine, you know, it's part of their nature. Complaining. It's not a good trait, no. I think it's fucking annoying, but hey, that's part of the female psychology for most. Complain. Oh, complain, oh, your back hurts. You know, all that stuff, man. Like, they just give you signs they don't want to work, and of course they don't want to work. Because it's like, I believe everyone in this world are actually really cool. Most people are really cool. They have really cool personalities about themselves and interests and hobbies, but unfortunately that will never be pursued because sadly we're all spending 8 hours of our day in a fucking place we don't like. That's a third of our day. What the fuck? The system is broke. It's just fucked, man. I believe 8 hours is a scam, really. I'm being honest with you. Now, I know there are a few exceptions, millionaires and billionaires who actually do that. But on average, according to Cal Newport, a productivity book called Deep Work, it takes an average of 4 hours of work to be in a really flow state and to really perform in a deep work level. So why is there an 8-hour period for most 9 to 5s? So you don't think. You don't have time to think and really question things that are going on. That's why. They want you stuck. You know? Those stupid, meaningless 1 hour unpaid breaks they give you. The extra 4 hours, which really is unnecessary, let's be honest. Most 9 to 5s, we're not really working deep, we're just there for the time and money, and I hear it. I've worked in jobs before, I've worked in 4. Mine was just very extreme in the sense I was never paid for any of them, which is fucking torture to the core. Slavery, if you will. Sucks. And so those extra 4 hours, let's be honest, guys, you're on your phones. Most jobs, we're on our phones because it's fucking boring. For another 4 hours of deep work after already the 8, and we don't even want to be there, you know? And so those extra hours, I class the extra 4 to add up to 8 to be extra hours, you know? To be a time to really consume you, so they can grip you. So you're on the media more. There's extra 4 hours, you're bored at your job, so you're just scrolling for a bit. Now you're making these tech companies more money. You're consuming, you're contributing with the sacrifice of your brain being torn apart, metaphorically. Slowly and surely, the knowledge is getting damaged, beaten out of you. ADHD kicking in. It's sad because we're all a slave to money, it seems like. I don't like my mum working. I don't like seeing my brother go to work. Men is different. Men need to work, right? I mean, talk about the women though, you know. I don't like seeing my sister go to work. Because I know they don't enjoy it. I know they don't enjoy it. They don't. That's the problem with feminism, man. You know, women are forced to do work they don't even want. Do I believe women should work? I made a video about this about a month ago. Yes, if they want to, but you know, obviously men have to work. But I don't like seeing them. I don't like seeing them go to work. Like, I speak from experience. I can just tell, you know, and they've been vocal to it to me. Mom and sister don't like working, man. I don't blame them. When they're forced to be in an area you don't like just for the sake of money. It goes back to what I was talking about earlier, how, you know, we all have cool, all probably really cool guys and girls and women with cool personalities, but we can never truly explore our interests because money holds us back. I'm sure there's many places you'd love to travel and visit. Many interests. I'm sure there's a lot more books you would rather read, but you're restricted by someone else's schedule. And the only thing they have over you is the money. I mean, I'm sure if you all had the money, we'd all say, fuck you, right? Of course, I would. Most definitely. It's a big fuck you. And that's the power of money. It gives you the freedom to do what you want. People underestimate how much money can change your life, you know. Money's not evil. It's not. If you want to live a better life, pursue it. I'll see what's wrong with it. It's like we're all slaves to money. You know, we'll have to kind of go to a job. There's just some setup, so we kind of have to go to a job, you know, to, you know, waste a third of our time to really just get the money. And hey, if that's part of the grind, I know it's part of the grind. I'm just calling it out. It's like we're all a slave to money somewhere. Most definitely our parents too. And most people around, I walk around, everyone's so unhappy. The parks are the exception, of course, but just in the streets of London. And so it's a clear indicator that they don't like their jobs. They're just in it for the money, and I hear it. It's tough. There are a few people at the top the people who are, I would even necessarily say rich, but making enough, you know, to be in the point where they can pretty much just make money from home and don't need to work a 9 to 5. Those people are truly happy. I'm willing to say. Because they're one of the few people who are doing what they want. And hence why I'm so big on being self-employed. So long as you love the job, it's better than just commuting an hour every day to an area you don't want to work. It sucks. It's like we're all slaves to money. We're all slaves to money. Well, poor people, I'd say, most definitely. And I get it, man. You need to grind when you're younger. You know, most of us are not born from rich families or anything like that. You know, at some point, you gotta do it. Yeah, I'm speaking from experience. Even I was a slave to money too. Last year, I was working a job, sales job. Why do you think I worked the sales job? Well, it was to get money. You know, when I was there, they often started out, "Oh, why are you here?" But really, I don't want to be here. If I'm being dead honest, that's what I really want to say in my head. I don't want to be here. But let me act like I want to be here, okay? Because I'm sure if I had all the money in the world, I definitely won't be doing a sales job. Cold approaching people for 8 hours straight like a fucking lunatic NPC monkey and knocking on fucking doors for, 9 hours. That's fucking boring. I'm just doing it for the money. That's what I would love to say, but you know, you're in the job, you kind of have to put up in a front that you genuinely want to be there. And of course I did, you kind of have to get the role. But even then, after all my hard work, I could even get fucking paid. So yeah, I really was a slave. And I chased something that could even be caught. It's like chasing women. You know, as we all know from now. Dating advice, or even just tracking one woman 101. If the man likes the woman more than the woman likes him, it's not going to work. If you chase the woman, she's going to be repelled. I'm speaking from experience, man. All the times I saw, well, not me, but just people I had observed, all the times they would show them interest, they wouldn't like them back. Well, there'd be times in my life where I'm just focused on my thing, and then a woman's attracted me, she comes up to talk to me. Same thing with that. And I felt like at that job I was working at, it was like the money was there, I was the mouse, right? It was like a pyramid scheme job, and I know because I read the reviews. And I wasn't the only one who was scammed also, in terms of the pay. Many people were exploited, so it's unfortunate. And it links back to what I'm saying. We were all a slave to money. I'm sure if we had the choice to not be there, we all would not want to be at that job that I was working at. And it felt like there was a mouse trap and there was money at the other side, and I was just a mouse. And I worked hard for 3 weeks. Tap. The mouse trap gets me by the neck. I never got paid. I was a slave to money, unfortunately. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. Chasing money for the right reasons, I don't know. But for me, it's further emphasized because I experienced exploitation. So lesson like unfortunately come from being poor. It's something wealthy people born into rich families, or just rich families in general, don't really understand. You know? They don't need to understand budgeting. They don't need to understand tracking your money, how much money you're spending, saving money, like that, because you're already having a vast abundance of it. You'll never truly understand the true importance of money and what it's like to have without it. To you, money's just there. Travels don't seem as fun because you've always had the option to travel. I've never been in a plane in my life, and I'm nearly 20 years old. I'm 19. I've never been in a fucking plane in my life. I've never even drove a car before. Damn. But when you're in a rich family, it's like you probably have private jet, trips from the time you're out of the womb. The people at the top, they're not a slave to money. Now, I don't know if the point I mentioned, the whole grown up poor and rich dynamic is a good or bad thing, that's for you to make up. It's just a fact I wanted to share. And it's sad because most of us, parents especially, are slaves to money to try to provide for us. And I know my work is purposeful, it's meaningful, and it's fun as well. I know you can make a lot of money on YouTube. A lot of people say, I don't do it for the money. Guys, I'm one of the first people that tell you, I do it for the money. Because I enjoy it also. I enjoy what I do. It doesn't feel like work. And it just so happens YouTube's a rich company, $1 billion company also. So let me do what I love too. It's going to take some time to, really get the following, to really get money. But I enjoy it. And that's why I'm able to post and show up every day and not feel like it's a daunting thing like most 9-to-5 jobs. You need to fight for your freedom, and it will take time, but even now, I knew when I started this channel, I knew it would take ages to grow, man. I have about five. The video I post today, not this video, but it'll be my 570th video. I have 158 subs. I started about 2 years and 5 months ago. 6 months ago. Takes time. Started this channel at 16. I had 2 other channels. The second one I started at 14. First one I started at 12. They didn't really transpire. This is my 3rd channel now, so really I've been doing YouTube for 7 years. 7 years of experience. You just gotta do your best and fight for your freedom. Find something, because I'm tired of family members suffering, being a slave to money. So I'm gonna be the one to break that cycle, and I hope you can do the same.